Hi, this is David with entry number 185. I wanted to begin this entry, with a little digression, or maybe we can pull focus in the end. There's 5 senses, and sight is probably the most important. And in recent years, I would say taste is probably gaining more traction. Feel is obviously very important, and they're all important. But one that is particularly interesting to me is hearing. Hearing is very fascinating. Every sense is fascinating in its own way, but hearing, the ear and the structure of the ear and the inner ear, is something that I don't think is appreciated by most people. In later time we can discuss the eye, because that's arguably the most impressive, but the ear is like a reverse horn. And if you know how a horn works, you vibrate your lips against the mouthpiece, and those vibrations are reverberated and enhanced and turned into that brash, sharp sound that we all associate with horns. Basically, the ear takes those vibrations and focuses them back into electrical signals. There's a couple different ways that happens. 2, obviously. One is through conduction, and that's more like bass. If you're listening to this on headphones or with a very with a sound system that has subwoofers, what you're feeling is that conduction, that the sound of your bones and cartilage vibrating. It's the reason why when I'm speaking now I sound different than when I hear it later when I'm editing this video on the computer, because I'm getting conduction hearing, and you aren't, or I won't be later. It's a very kind of unique thing. But so that the sound enters the ear canal and goes through, and it vibrates little bones in your ear that are very special, and eventually it comes to those vibrations come down to a small enough patch in your innermost part of your ear, where there are these little hairs, like, imagine like peach fuzz, but 1,000 times smaller. Those hairs are also kind of operate on a conductive level. They get moved, and those vibrations are interpreted, are then turned into electrical signals, which are interpreted by our brain. Sometimes people can hear something really loud, or maybe you've gone to a concert or listened to a movie too loud, and afterwards you hear a ringing, a very kind of annoying ring. Some people say that's like a note you'll never be able to hear again, but that's not true. Some people get stuck with that ringing forever, or for extended periods of time beyond just a few hours or overnight, and they develop a condition called tinnitus. And tinnitus is commonly known as a ringing in the ears. It's very annoying. It can come with a lot of side effects, like headaches and migraines, and a lot of annoying things can happen because of tinnitus. But it is definitely something that if you've experienced before, it's very annoying. And why is it annoying? Because you hear this constant noise that won't go away, and a lot of our lives, you have a staccato, or like a on and off. Humans are good with on and off, on and off, on and off. We're not good with constantly on. anything in life that you have consistently, and I mean like solid consistently, it doesn't become good anymore. It doesn't matter if it's food. You could eat you find your favorite food and you just eat it every day for all 3 meals. Give it a month, and yeah, it won't be that great anymore. You know, clothing it'll get stinky and nasty. Anything humans will tire of after a long enough period of time with a consistency. This tinnitus thing, it's bad, you know, and I'll transition now. I'll segue. It's hard to explain the feeling you have when you have a bad boss. And I think the easiest allegory for that was that tinnitus. It's just a consistent annoyance. It sometimes is really bad, and you can have a migraine because of it. But it's in its lesser state. It's almost more sinister in that it's just a constant gnawing in the back of your head that you know this isn't right. You know this is wrong. You know you don't like this. And it's a very interesting experience. Some people will disassociate or leave their bodies kind of in a sort of a mental state that is kind of a little bit harder to describe, but most commonly disassociation is kind of had by rape victims, where when they're being attacked, their eyes will kind of go dead and they will leave their corporeal form to allow them to keep their sanity. It's a defense mechanism. Having a bad boss, I'm not going to equate it to rape, but it's very bad, and it can cause kind of a disassociative state within the person who is experiencing the bad boss. You become like a drone, and everything kind of loses its pallor or whatever. It's not as good. Life isn't as good. Today was my first day with the knowledge that I don't have that other mentor teacher anymore as my boss. And it was a complete 180 reversal. It was fun. Being in school was really nice. I'm pretty sure the secretary and the after-school teacher came in and kind of dished on the old mentor teacher a little bit, but it was just a very pleasant experience, and hard to kind of describe effectively how that feels without kind of using that allegory of the tinnitus. But it was just so nice, and it's hard to kind of put that into words, but I tried. So, we'll talk with you tomorrow. Thank you for watching entry 185, and yeah, like I said, I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye.